Let's take a look at dummies a little bit more closely. Remember we had in here, at one point I had just said, let me copy this line real quick. By the way, I used a block function to copy that line, which I'll show you in a bit. It's just a little quick way to do something. I don't need this line. I just want to remember we had in here, instead of showing a variable, I actually just had the literal in here. I had this person is a dealer, right? Why would I want to put, when I could just show the exact text, why would I want to show a variable like up here? Why would I want to show a declared variable instead of just showing the actual literal text that I want? Let me give you just a really quick example of why it might be useful. Right here we're declaring show text. Let's declare, when you declare something, you know how I showed you that you use semicolons along a command line, a then line. You use semicolons to separate. We could do another command and type something else there. You separate your commands by a semicolon. I remember showing you that, and I cleared the field with Control O, by the way. And now, if I want to declare two variables with the same declare statement, I could do it as two commands. I could put a semicolon and do declare, something else. But instead, if I want to use one declare statement and declare two variables, don't use a semicolon because that means I'm looking for another command. Here, I'm just looking for another variable to declare. You use a comma. So use a comma, and I'll put one space for a little clarity, and I'll do show text 2. How about that? Now I'm declaring two variables with one declare statement. That's all. Now, filling the first one with this person is a dealer. And you notice here's where I'm showing that show text, okay? I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to look at the fields, and I'm going to see that field 21 is equal to the discount, and I'm going to say if field 21 is greater than 0, how's that? It's greater than 0. Then show, sorry, I must have gone in the label field. Okay. Show text 2 equals he gets, I'm going to put a quote there. Now I'm going to put that operator which pushes something left. He gets, and I'm going to push, what's that field that shows his percentage? It's field 21. He gets 21, whatever in that field. And then I'm going to push, and now I'm going to do something funny. I'm going to do this. I'll push a squish. So I'm going to squish something next to that percentage, and I want to squish another literal. Okay? Now I'm filling this variable only if he does get a discount, only if it's greater than 0, which is space would be 0, and he has to get some amount of percentage. And if that's true, I'm going to fill this other variable text too. And now, if he is a dealer, I'm going to show okay. Now what this is going to do is it's going to fill this variable only if he gets some percentage. It's going to fill it with the words he gets, then a space, then whatever in field 21. Then it's going to squish next to that a percent sign, and then another space, the word discount. So, and then it's going to show this. Now, only dealers who get a discount higher than, nothing, greater than nothing, are going to show up, are going to use that variable. That variable will be empty otherwise. If we look at how this works, if I were to press update and escape here, you see that it says he gets 15% discount. Okay, worked just right, just fine. Now let's go to the next record. All right, where the guy is, well, in this case, it's probably not going to work at all. Nothing happens. Down arrow. Let's make this guy we'll give him a discount, but we'll leave his discount at 0, and I'm pressing escape. Well, it shows this person is a dealer, but that other variable wasn't filled, so it's showing null there. There's nothing, and it centered the first variable, and it pushed nothing again, pushed nothing against it and centered it all. You see how that worked? Let's look at that code again real quick, just so you see what it was doing. I'm declaring 2 variables. I'm filling one all the time, and I'm only filling this one if field 21, the discount percentage, is greater than 0. Okay? And then I'm only showing anything if they're a dealer, which would mean, very simply, if I go quickly out to this file, and I go to this record which I just added, and let's say make him not a dealer, but give him a percentage of 25. What happens in this case when I press escape? Nothing, because we only show anything if he's a dealer. He gets a percentage, so I probably filled that variable, but I didn't show it because the next line wasn't true. FilePro stops on each line, tests the if condition, and sees if it should do the then condition. And only does the then condition if the if condition has evaluated to true. In this case, it wasn't, so it didn't show anything. Even though this variable over here was filled with something, we didn't know that because it didn't get shown on the screen. And then we end it.